Welcome everybody. We are here in Fujitsu booth at the SAP Sapphire, and I'm here with Alok and Lincoln. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lucian.
Now the theme of the event is, for your booth, it's Accelerate Digital Transformation. So let's talk about some of the challenges that your customers, based on your interaction with your customers, they are looking to solve with the IoT initiatives.
As we know, IoT hasn't been new to the companies. It has been in the ages 20, 30 years has been in use. What has been happening over a period of time, customers have been working through this, all the integration devices, which basically creating challenges even to manage that data, first of all, right? As we look at, look at that? Yeah, as we look at the overall challenges, the three things which stands out for customer. In the dynamic situation, they are looking to improve the productivity, harness more out of the existing infrastructure which they have built over a period of time, because setting a new factory itself is a big, massive investment. So a 2% improvement would help them justify, or basically what you call as not to create a new factory just to support the emerging need. And if they have a 30, 40 plants, that becomes a massive improvement across the organization. Reliability of the asset is another area where we are seeing a lot of traction in terms of IIoT. Over to you, Lincoln.
Yeah, no, I think Alok, as he mentioned, right? So IoT is not a new thing. It's been around for a long time. A lot of data.
Evolution.
Yeah, a lot of data out there, right? But I think the biggest challenge now is to know what to do with that data, right? And this is what, with our offerings and our experience, that's how we try to help our customers, right? To identify where those data ponds are, puddles are, and try to bring that into a context of transformation, right?
And we'll double click on the data models, but can we maybe touch a little bit on a business improvement, maybe some of the business models that evolve, maybe with the data.
Yeah.
How can business process management assist in that direction?
Right, because IoT creates data, and then when you look into business process management, there are areas within that domain, such as process mining. When you take those tools and apply process mining towards that data, that's when you start to get data-driven insights, right? And based on those data-driven insights, then you can look into your processes and look for areas to optimize. It's quite surprising. A lot of companies we're doing process mining for, they think their processes are very linear, straightforward, but then when we do process mining on their data, they see that all of a sudden that process has arms and legs and loops, and it varies a lot, and that's when they see, okay, there are areas here, opportunities here for us to improve this. Right.
Got it. So we'll talk about some of the, some of the vulnerabilities, but before we go there, I think IIoT also has helped dramatically improve the supply chain.
Yeah.
Maybe elaborate a little bit on what are some of the trends you experience from your customer interaction a lot?
As we're talking with the customer, a couple of things which are emerging very drastically. Resilient supply chain, sustainability, and whole circular economy. And that's where the focus is going. The massive amount of IIoT, that's where we're going to start realizing a big potential for doing the good things for the humankind, right? As part of this initiative, which organizations running. So we are in discussion with one of the large automotive manufacturer. They want to make sure that they are able to maintain their end-to-end supply chain and harness the data in terms of whole reuse and reduce and reuse, recycle. So they are putting the measures in place for requesting their vendors and suppliers to provide that data as part of IIoT initiatives, which they are running across. They have like 300 plus suppliers, and automotive is a complex, there are 300 plus suppliers. So all that data has started evolving now. That is feeding into the bigger ecosystem where the whole sustainability will become prime importance. It's not about sustainability at all, but it gives you, it helps organization to look through the process improvements as they have to go through that data collection process.
Got it. Thank you for that. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I always try to bring into the context of business process transformation, which is my area, right? So when you talk about, for example, sustainability, you can't achieve sustainability these days or any days without working on your underlying processes, right? So we can apply automation, we can do this and that, but you're talking about, for example, circular economy.
Right.
It's all about, or I would say pretty much about redesigning your business processes, right? Reinventing those business processes. And that's when, tools around business process management, they come very handy because you need those tools to be able to understand exactly how your business processes are actually being executed, right? And then only from that point on, you can apply improvements and that kind of stuff, right? So
Got it. So those are some of the correlations between industrial IoT direction and the business process management. Okay.
there is, and I think the point of connection between the two areas is the data, right? So the data that one area creates, and then the same data that the other area consumes, and create those insights so that you can have meaningful discussions about how to improve continuously.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Now, I know you've covered a little bit in automotive, which it's been, if you will, from the industry, quite advanced on that connectivity, whether we call it now industrial IoT, digital transformation they've been doing, but what about some other opportunities in different industries for the audience out there?
So automotive was one example, but we are seeing the same trends happening in terms of process industry. Chemical manufacturing is a bigger area where this has a bigger impact because that's what basically is impacting whole, our carbon emission. Anything related to process industry, we are seeing the similar trends. With the automotive was an example which we took. We are seeing even semiconductor industry also taking similar steps to drive. And we are semiconductor. Fujitsu is also semiconductor manufacturing industry. So we are doing our own initiative on the similar lines in our factories in Japan to drive this.
Got it. Thank you for that, and good luck with the SAP Sapphire show this week.
Yeah. Thank you, Lucian. Thank you for having us.